Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope everyone is doing good and fine. Today I am going to take you to the most famous museum of Newcastle, which is Discovery Museum. This place was a warehouse before it was converted to a museum. This is a staff member of the museum explaining the history of the place. Let's hear him and then I will explain you everything.
When was this building
It
built?
was built between the years of 1893
Okay.
and 1899.
Okay.
And
what warehouse was it?
it was a warehouse. It was a warehouse and distribution centre for the cooperative wholesale society.
Okay.
What basically happened was you had individual little cooperatives, and they worked exclusively with.
Can you imagine this was a warehouse before just have a look at the museum from inside? Each space in this museum has been used to showcase parts of Newcastle City. The first place we entered was a place which showcased energy-saving equipments and basically green energy revolution. Come with me, let's see different types of equipment. These was a place where they showcased different smells of the fossil fuels, which made this space interesting for kids as well as for adults. There was also a screen which showed how the fossil fuel was prepared, which you could do it by yourself. There are windmill or wind turbines which work on a simple principle. It is, instead of using electricity to make wind like a fan wind turbines, use wind to make electricity. If you visit England in most places, you will notice wind turbines at places, which is a good way of green energy revolution. This was an interesting activity over there, which said to direct the light towards the solar panel on the aircraft, which made it move by creating energy by light. Just look how it is rotating just with the direction of the light and marking it on the solar panel. This was a solar panel, as we all know, but we also noticed one thing, that Tesla company is making energy-saving equipments. Next, we went to an area which was connected, which showcased Newcastle City, where all history and present situations were there. Just giving you all a walk through this area. So this is a map showcasing the wages of men in different parts of Newcastle from 1970 to 1979. Moving forward, we see the different singers during the old times in Newcastle. So after every part, there was interesting sound of actual people talking about themselves like this. After pressing the button, you would hear them. The most interesting part of this area was just have a look at the stove. Like, it's cute, but in old times, the stove had so many chambers. Look at this Newcastle bus in old times. This was the area with all medical equipments. This equipment, which you see now, was known as iron lung, was used for treatment of polio and infectious disease. This area had a lot of things related to hospital area. You know, that chest of drawers holds something scarier and other equipments of doctors. You also come and see with me. Me and my friend were seriously scared to see the first drawer because it had eyeballs. These were some kind of old diaries, different kind of specs. But this chest of drawers have a lot of different kind of equipments which we have never seen in current century. Seeing these old equipments made me think how the surgeries and everything happened. This was an old wardrobe with vintage type clothes, and look, this wardrobes have drawers, but on the other side. You'll also be thinking, who is that lady? Is she real? Or just a doll? Anyone would get scared. But this was old-time bedroom model. After that, we went to the News Theatre, which looked interesting, just looking like an exact theater.
Either side of it. The previous bridge,
After theater, we went through an area where there was lots of activities for kids. There was cut out the face of a boy and a girl to look the gut a little different, I guess. Then cute dolls, which make me think about Doll Annabelle. Just kidding. And when we had this mix and match block to solve, we also became kids, I must say. Coming to the next area, which have really interesting stuffs like piano, where we could hear different sounds and then different kind O's utensils used to cook during old times, and also clips used to hang the wet clothes and have the clothes are washed also. This was the part showcasing all the army officers, as well the fighters' gears and dresses. Here we saw a different kind of army officers and their life story, and we saw the horse, which was used in different kind of wars. There were also different kinds of musical instruments used during war days. There we also saw the dress of army officers and the rifle used during that time. This was a mirror and the cutlery used during old times. There was also a program chart showcasing different programs held before. Then coming to next, a view of the map showcasing the life on OPS operation of Personal Security Dot. This showed the location of the ops team visiting different countries. And they have also visited India in 1880s, but not for a long time though. This room made me feel something differently, like thinking about how they have achieved the victories, the medals by losing their lives, protecting their country and their people. I even noticed there was a room where a person was sitting and working on something. No idea though. You know, one thing I learned and loved actually, that every screen had a person talking with sign language for a person who could not hear. There were a lot of cups and victory trophy, and from one of the cup was the Kadir cup. These all are in pure silver. Then we saw a stand with rifle and boxes with, I guess, the bullets, and then followed by some more interesting things, which was labeled as Sahajan. This was something different, a broken wall, a box-like structure below which there was dolls, which thought maybe during wartime this box leaked. Structure was used to protect them. Then we saw old antique radio from which we could hear songs, so we weren't reading to see if we can turn up the volume of or not, or change the channel. Look how beautiful this place looked below the mirror. We also saw the mail cove, a type of armor covered the head. It was a chainmail, and with that we also saw a nasal helmet, a type of combat helmet characterized by the possession of a projecting bar covering the nose and thus protecting the center of the face. Trust me, these two items were so heavy. You won't understand on camera until and unless you weigh it. Different kind of swords were also there. And let me take you to see one exciting thing. Come with me. Did you get scared? Just look at that statue they have made, like a soldier who is short and sitting on the stairs and he's bleeding from one side. There was a mummy kept, and there was more chilling statue, like just see. Trust me, if the lights were off, people would get scared. So before going upstairs, we saw a few interesting things like typewriters, old music system, and etc. Near the staircase. Then moved to the first floor to see more exciting things in this museum. This part had statues which made feel like real, but they are not. Like, look at the statues, which I will show you. You will think people are standing, but no. Now, look at the cute old utensils over here. I know, you must think in how beautiful they used to look. Same, I also had a feeling. It showed the sofa with different fabric, different kind of typewrite and iron and other things. The next space told us about Tyne, which was the famous Tyne River, where all cargo ships and boats came in old times. Now, hardly we see any ship. This place holds very interesting things, like different kind of boats during the old time of Newcastle, which were used during that time for different purposes. There were also different kind of activities, which I will slowly show you. She must be thinking, what are the bubbles? So inside this bubble are the species which have become extinct in recent times. My friend thought they're alive, but trust me, they looked so real, but they're not alive. There was also a microscope which was used to see the zoom part of something. So being an architect, I was so happy as well shocked to see such a huge model map of Newcastle upon Tyne. I think the whole map was done handy and the blocks were made of wooden material. Just say, have a look, guys. I could also locate the part of the site where I worked for my assignment. This was the Newcastle deck where all the ships and boat would be present at that time. After everything, there were small activities which made our mind calm after reading every reading. See how happy we were to see the activities? We were smelling and touching as the instructions mentioned. Most of the museums don't have such activities for kids or adults, or mostly don't let to touch anything. So this museum was interesting. This was something different and interesting. Can you see the swing bridge of the famous River Tyne was moving by a wheel? I also put my hands on it being a kid. I just loved it. In this museum, every door was automatic. After coming out from here, we saw a small play area for kids. Look how interesting they have made it. Look how interesting this area where everything is connected to ships. like solving the puzzle of people working according to their equipments. Picking up the blocks by a pulley and so on. Next, we moved forward to the next part, which was Destination of Newcastle, where we read about people moving to Newcastle and their reason. We noticed small kids also moving to Newcastle at the younger age of 9 because of their dads who moved in search of Job. There were videos of them saying how did they felt leaving their home country and coming to Newcastle. So from this, we can say Newcastle has more immigrants like people from different parts of the world. The last space we went was the science part, where there were different equipments, different kind of games, Language learning, and mostly things related to physics. You can say I had a physics revision because of this. Few things did not work though, maybe they weird out or something, but they looked interesting and I could see kids were taking part in many things, finding them interesting. Come with me, I will show you around. This was very interesting game, like putting the ball from one side of the tunnel and the ball will pass with the help of the air and come from another tunnel. So as you all know, I am Bengali girl, so I was taking my friend Bengali, who is from Maharashtra. So listen, but no judging, please. There were other languages also. This section had different kinds of light bulbs, like just look the shapes of light bulbs. The top floor had a beautiful cafe with beautiful furniture. Just look at sofas and the tables and everything. The cafe said eat and play, which was interesting for kids. Now it was time for us to go, as it was the closing time of the museum, and as I said, you can never trust with the climate of Newcastle because surprisingly it was straight at raining, so I was just gearing up myself. This is a waterproof jacket, so it won't get wet. You cannot trust with umbrellas though, but I must say you should visit the museum when you visit Newcastle. I will give the location and everything in the description. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back with a new video. Thank you.